Hey there, it's time for some more Trinity. It's Tuesday night, and as you know, tomorrow, Wednesday, we meditate on an energy. If you've not joined in with us, you should. It's powerful. The synergy of meditating together wherever you are from your home provides a lot to your spiritual journey. So log on to our website, get signed up, be a part of this. Find out what energy you'll be meditating on each week. This week, it happens to be RESPECT, respect. Respect is useful in a self-defense situation, and I'm going to try and take a lesson from that genre and explain how it can work in the rest of your life. If you are in a confrontation, if this is a self-defense situation, respect basically means that you do not take the person in front of you for granted. You respect that they could do something to you even if they look harmless or passive in the moment. You never take chances. You never put yourself in harm's way under the assumption that this is not going to be a dangerous situation. Respect is like you're walking down the street and you see a snake and the snake appears to be asleep, but you still give it a wide berth. You're respecting what it could do to you. That means that you don't get too drawn in to the other person, either their talking or their actions. You don't laser focus in. A lot of people will tell you that in order to have respect, you should look somebody in the eye. And I'm going to tell you not to do that you want to back up a little bit. In fact, if you get too focused on looking directly into somebody's eye, you miss all this stuff around the periphery. Who knows what they could be doing with their hands while they're totally focused on your eyes. Here could come a knife right out of nowhere. You have to be a little broader in your perspective. So the first thing I'm going to suggest to you to build some respect in your body is step back. If you're dealing with a person, you can do it like this. Somebody gets a little too close, you say, "Hey, that's a great idea. Thanks for bringing that up." You give them a little of this, just to get your hands between you. Step back, and it looks like I'm just stepping back to provide room between us for me to talk with my hands Italian style, but what I'm really doing is providing some space so that I'm not laser focused. I'm not looking at your eyes or your mouth, and my attention is more here, somewhere in here, and I try and broaden that perspective so that I'm looking at your shoulders, I'm looking at your head, I'm seeing where you're focused, but at the same time, if you start to throw a punch or reach for a knife or something like that, I'm going to see your shoulder move. That's going to be the first trigger. So I don't zero in on your face or your eyes or your mouth. I increase that focus a little bit back so that I've got all of this in focus. And even with my peripheral vision, I can see whether your hands are empty, whether one of them goes behind your back and reaches into a pocket. That's respect in the situation. It doesn't necessarily always mean you are an honorable person. Let me bow to you. Sometimes it does. But in a confrontation situation, in a self-defense moment, respect means being more aware, broadening your awareness that this could be dangerous even though it doesn't look like that. So, we have two things so far. We have step back. First, put your hand up and go, "That's a great idea." Step back as if to provide room for those hands, increasing your focus. And finally, if you're going to increase the focus, you need to also be focused on you. You need to be in that picture too. It can't just all be about the other person. So I want you to breathe down into your tailbone. See if you can feel the breath and vibrate your tailbone a little bit. If you can get those three pieces, 1, 2, 3, then you're starting to build respect inside of you. It works great in a self-defense situation with a person, but it can also work in the rest of your life when you're dealing with a particular situation. Because if you want to bring more respect to that situation, you have to be more aware of how that situation plays into the rest of your life. You can't be laser focused on this part of the moment I don't like. like, and that's a problem, and here's what I'm going to do about it. All the world's a stage, and we are merely players. You need to figure out what this stage is for you. Is this moment, this problem, this situation, a chance for you to be brave, a chance for you to be patient, a chance for you to use your communication? Maybe you're going to learn something about your creativity or how loyal you can be. This is a moment for you to learn about your gifts. And the more you see it in that context of what is this offering me as an opportunity, instead of the very narrow context of, I don't like this, what do I do about it, the more respect you bring to that moment. To really have respect, you have to bring respect. How do you bring respect? You broaden your perspective. You see how this moment relates to your life and what you came here to be, not just whether you like some small part of it and what you're going to do about it. And remember, you always want to breathe down into your tailbone. So those three things are going to help you when you deal with a situation that you don't like. First, give yourself some space. Stand back from it. Don't immediately react and go into your rant and rave. Take a 5-minute break. Take a day break. Give yourself some space from it. And then try and broaden your perspective of it and see how it fits into your life. And finally, include yourself by breathing into your tailbone. Those three things: space, broadened perspective, inclusion of who you are. That's what's going to build respect in your life. If you like that stuff, stay tuned for more Trinity.